Hi, good morning. So you guys all say I'm stealing food from hungry children by going to church food pantries, which everyone goes to, and most don't run out of food, actually. And there are a lot of people that go there, but not like a whole lot. And I don't think most of them are homeless, but in some places they kind of look like it. They might have found a shelter. Um, so I'm not stealing food from kids, but what's more important is the food isn't really good for kids. It's not enough for me. It's not enough for a family. Wouldn't be tasty to kids. I think that's when I was developing my taste. Like, you know, I don't do that anymore. Like some adults say they don't taste food or something, but they do. Um, Like my aunt used to eat out all the time because she didn't have any kids, and she didn't work like a minimum wage job. So she was also driving around all day as a police. Um, so, and later she complained about her age, like she didn't taste food like me. She didn't really say that, but she just kind of indicated it somehow. Maybe through email in the end, I don't know, or something. Probably in real life too, but so I don't know what that would be like. I guess they wouldn't get fat, so they might look cuter. Um, Most kids don't really eat enough. Some of them eat out at fast food restaurants, but I bet they don't have money for other stuff then. And I saw that movie with the rich kid eating stuff out of a plastic container being babysat. And my roommate used to go home on the weekends and her mom and dad would cook her breakfast at her big table or something. And she was homeschooled. She was a year older. She did ballet, except when she was taking care of her grandma, and so she fell behind and couldn't do it. Yeah, and she was a redhead too, and she acted like had a lot of Irish. I guess my family had more. My dad's family. And so in the end, I would be worried that they're trying to keep food from people like me on Social Security and they're sacrificing hungry kids, maybe. So they try to give me food that like no one wants to eat. It's not great for diabetes. Like I can't eat anything. And I'm not even supposed to be here. And yeah, so my idea is like a lot of people take the bus or something. So for those people, I'd say, maybe they have a backpack or something. I don't like taking the cart with the bus actually anymore. I've been taking the bus for a long time. I never wanted to, but it was supposed to be for fun, in places like Disney World. So I think if at the places, they have a lot of them for where they give out food for free, it should be leftover groceries. So, but as far as the selection goes, why not go to a real grocery store and have most of the vegetables they have, at least like spinach and, what a normal person would get. So let me guess, they're cheap vegetables. So I guess you would have the apples, oranges, grapes. They don't have anything like that usually. Sometimes you'll see something. And of course it'll be heavy and be a whole bag sometimes. And then you would have, I don't know if people can cut corn, but, you have like carrots, I guess, some kind of corn, it could be frozen or canned. And then, yeah, who has a can opener too? What if they break? So then you could have, those kinds of vegetables and lettuce and some other kind of green, hopefully. And you know, that doesn't seem to weigh a lot. And then you have maybe a few loaves of bread, not just like, wow, this one has a loaf of bread or something. Or for a few kinds of breads that, you know, you never even got to eat as a kid. And then you would need, they don't have milk in each one, so. And they don't have any yogurt or cheese. Usually the cheese I got was disgusting. It was like hard and had to be thawed out. And then what else? They don't even give out peanuts. I guess everyone's sick of those by now. There's a few other kinds of nuts, and sometimes that's disgusting too, but they don't give a good selection of those out. To replace meat, and maybe chicken is cheap. They could give us chicken. And, you know, the poor beef maybe. So it's, and you know, it doesn't sound that heavy. Like I've got like several cans of vegetables at this one. Like it's an Easter egg hunt and I found something different this time. So, you know, they can give out frozen vegetables, which are easy to dish out. They could, I don't know about their canned soup. I guess they'd have to have things like a few cans of something. And see, that'll all fit in my backpack and duffel bag and carrying on the bus. If I go to each one and get something like that, would be good. There's no ice cream. I don't know. So there isn't really much dessert here. The last one I was at had interesting food. I mean, the last place area. One of the other areas I lived here. So that's what I think they should give out, or just have leftover groceries things, or, you know, for everyone to go to. I don't know if that costs money. I think I already tried to ask 211, but there was no response, kind of whatever they said. I might ask about that again. It might be cheap for later, just in case I don't have to worry so much. Maybe I should get a shelf. Or for now, a cardboard box and put a lot of canned stuff in there. And, you know, I have to buy the fresh food every so often, so I could have canned, like, vegetables and stuff in there. And I could have, I could freeze meat, of course. And, could even freeze bread. Put it in the refrigerator. Well, so yeah, I could save that kind of stuff. I could have, yeah, dried goods and they'd stay good for long. Just make me feel safe, I guess, when I work. But yeah, your point, the children, like, that's not good food for children. They're giving it for people on Social Security like me who are too old for their parents, or, you know, I don't know what happens to most people. Like, most people like me, their parents, like, they still talk to them and act nice to them, unlike mine, but I see them in the nursing homes with diabetes and other problems. They're very overweight. Some of them suffer racism for different reasons. Or maybe they're in a wheelchair, or maybe they're just fat. The wheelchair sometimes. Then maybe they're a little bit nicer then. So... And like some of them, maybe their parents just don't do anything and they're in there and they know they're in trouble and no one thinks they're supposed to be successful anyway. And they probably don't act like they're going to exercise on their own like everybody. And, you know, they're from here, so it's like they're set up mentally. And like someone who doesn't have racism, you just put them in a room and nothing will be wrong, like mentally. You know, a little room in a nursing home, even shared with someone else. You put a person in there who doesn't suffer racism, not especially, maybe not fat, but not really attractive like a normal person. And the whole thing will be provided. Like, it's their own world. Like, they're still set. Like, it's not like they were studying and they have things to dream about, things to do, things to live for still, things to learn. They're just like retired from life almost, and everybody else, like, they're better. I had that mentality too, like I was better, but like it's like I couldn't do anything with maybe these fat Swedish girls walking around knocking everything out. Like at Disney World, like every time I was there, they're always talking over everything. It's like not worth it to go. I think that was during the day though. Um, so yeah, and then the women, they're a little different usually. But I think it's kind of the same though. Like the young girls, it's kind of the same. The worst is probably the older women, but they'll probably relax in bed if they're in a nursing home, or I see them outside. They're able to walk, and you know, not that old, of course, but I know I was talking about that. And a child, you know, they'll always be tended to, and they're okay alone. They're still developing. And yeah, the food isn't good for them. I mean, I don't know if they can eat it either. But I mean, what are you gonna do? Feed a kid canned vegetables, which you know isn't good all the time, and you know maybe once in a while. And then you could feed them, you know, random breads, and you could feed them the, you know, there's just nothing for a kid. You know, there'll be little spaghetti with some weird tomato sauce. We used to have sausage with spaghetti when we left Florida. I didn't like it anymore, and then I refused to eat it. I don't want to do frozen meatballs anymore just because I don't want to be lazy, but I want to eat spaghetti, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'll just get a bag or something. I don't know if I can afford to make it quite yet either. Yeah, it's more expensive to get it frozen. It's pathetic. Of course, I'm on a budget and I would want to make it anyway. So yeah, you know what? I was just in the hallway yesterday and like there's this sort of message through the air, whatever, and it was about why people think they have to cook in college. I'm like, practice to get out, but you could just look it up on the internet. And I guess, well, and then there's not really room to fit everything usually. Like, it's not what you wanted to do, but I don't know if they have stuff up there, probably not. So that means they didn't learn to cook enough in high school because they were kids, maybe, I guess. That's probably why. And then they send people who stay at home to cooking school anyway, so there's no reason to stay home unless you're waiting to move out. Well, I was ready to be with my parents too, but like until I become like a somewhat famous performing artist. So, or going to the arts, but so I forgot what I was gonna say. Well, that's what the situation is about their cooking thing, but I didn't cook in college. But the funny thing is they don't even eat in college. They're acting like there's something wrong with me eating healthy crackers. You know, I needed the fuel too then. I would like it now, but it's not as dangerous for my heart, I know, I guess, and stuff. But I was eating crackers and cheese all night in cold cuts. Like, it would take like 20 minutes at a time to do it. I would eat most of the box of crackers. Somehow I could afford that. I wanted more food on campus actually, but I didn't ask my parents yet. I was thinking of asking them the second semester, but I was tired of the campus dining by then. And I didn't get to pig out in the summer because everyone's acting like I should be on a diet. And, so when I did eat a little bit of dessert, because I'm not used to not eating any, which I didn't much, my parents were like looking at me or something, or the people watching me in private, like made me feel guilty. And then I'd eat it again because like I got skinnier a few times, and then after a while I'd get fatter. And of course, when I went to Key West, my aunt wanted to go the whole way and gave us like the worst would be the chewable toothbrush thing. Anyway, and all the kids had it. So, and the carrots and telling us to be like, she's a fan of us being on a diet. I wasn't going to do that at all. It was actually Smoothie King and wraps, and of course Key West doesn't have food. They have trash in the window. I don't even know if you know that, but yeah, Fort Lauderdale and Miami are good, but not Key West. Anyway, I didn't even see the beach in Key West or New Orleans. That's why I wasn't happy to move to New Orleans. I didn't know the rest of the country was so bad. And so I'm glad I moved there. I'd rather move in Louisiana. If it was colder, it would be a different story. But anyway, But you know, it didn't matter anyway. So that was interesting about that diet, I guess. And yeah, I don't really know anyone whose parents cooked as good as mine. You have to be really good from up north. I mean, my parents weren't perfect and didn't give me as much food as I wanted. And they changed through the years. Funny, but you know, it wasn't a normal change. Like they'd say, "Oh, guess what? We're starting to cook um this new kind of chicken or whatever with a new topping and stuff to dip in it, I guess." And anyway, so the things other people ate, like up north, it looks kind of disgusting. I think the grandparents are good with food, but the kids are spoiled, so I don't know. It's different. Like I have to respect them when I go up there or whatever. And so down south, I don't know exactly what everybody ate, but so far all I can think of is the claim that this one boy ate nothing but macaroni and cheese, which means it's probably not a good kind from a box, so it's probably not that fattening, but it was probably, you know, maybe he ate it after breakfast, maybe he ate it a few times a day, maybe it was day after day. And then I went to the dentist, and I remember this other boy too, he's like, the dentist was like, "So you didn't brush your teeth for a whole year?" I was like, why isn't he in trouble? I'm in trouble for like not even doing anything, it feels, and no one admits it. So I'm imagining what other people eat or ate in Florida when I was young. Well, I did go to Pizza Hut a lot when I was like 1 or 2 years old, 3, whatever. Not a lot, not every day, but maybe every week. I don't know. Maybe more than, maybe twice a week. I didn't mind. I know people even then knew about being healthy, and I didn't mind. So I knew then, whatever. I don't know what you knew then. You probably knew, and if you knew, you forgot. If you'll probably remember somehow, because you probably kept doing it. So I imagine other people, maybe it wasn't pizza. Maybe it was something like grilled cheese, which I didn't eat at home. So it's not my culture. Like, just because everyone else was eating grilled cheese doesn't mean I eat it. So they ate grilled cheese sandwiches. And they probably definitely had Campbell's, whatever, I can't even say it, tomato soup, and the chicken noodle soup, probably usually from a can. I know they have things in bags, which that stuff is okay. I wouldn't eat it anyway, but it doesn't taste good to me. I can imagine it tastes good to other people. And tomato soup, to me, it's not that it's Campbell's, but anyway, I didn't eat that either. There's a lot of salt in it. It's probably not the best way to eat a tomato, I'm thinking now. I would have it as something to dip bread in, or actually I would put it in a pizza soup, whatever. And then, so they probably also had, I don't know where maybe they had McDonald's. Maybe they did. I don't know. Maybe they probably didn't have big hamburgers. Like we had a big hamburger every week, which I wish there was something else too. Okay, so then we had, you know, the Sloppy Joes too, once a week sometimes. Not when we left Florida. We had tacos once a week. No, I wouldn't really eat like that, but and then we had like chicken and rice like every other day or a few days in a row, which, you know, lemon pepper chicken, or what they call rotisserie at the grocery store. No, we didn't make it. And then actually my mom did make chicken a lot when I was younger, but I liked it plain. But like I was supposed to dip it in ketchup. Anyway. And then, well, I did that too. And then sometimes we had pork chops, not often. We had beef maybe twice a week. And it wasn't beef and noodles. We had that once in a while, which tasted good a lot of the times, but not all the time. And then, so basically, I don't care to just say I live on grilled cheese anyway. So that was something I didn't prefer, but I would eat it, but I'd have a lot of cheese on it. Macaroni and cheese, I'd prefer the big fattening kind too. So it's not that I don't want to be skinny at all, but so I would eat salads a lot. I don't know why my parents didn't make it, but oh yeah, they didn't want me to they probably didn't like the dressing. So we had plain carrots, lettuce, and cucumbers anyway, not even celery. And then what else do people eat? Oh yeah, they'll have things like, we had lasagna once a month maybe. They'll have spaghetti, I guess. It's not very good. Stuff like lasagna and spaghetti, but maybe not always tomato sauce with the lasagna type stuff. Yeah, casseroles were popular. I don't think we had that. Chicken pot pie is good, but and I wouldn't want onions in it, so I don't know. I guess I wouldn't be able to do it. I don't really want that. I had other plans though. I don't know. I didn't see much online. So most of what people do, I don't do. I don't know what you think about me. Some people are fatter, some people are skinnier. And a lot of skinny people supposedly eat a lot of fast food, but I'm guessing some of them isn't that skinny. So maybe other people have a treat and eat tacos once in a while, but I'm used to it, and I kind of knew it wasn't that popular. Nothing wrong with eating it often, except it's not the healthy kind. It's not that creative. We had the same thing every time and never got tired of it or used to it. Yeah, my dad was shy around Spanish people. I'm like, why didn't we just move to Miami? He's like, oh, there's a lot of Spanish people. Well, he didn't say that, but I think he was scared of the Spanish people because they would stare him down, and he's not Spanish. He's not Italian, so not at least maybe not much. And then my mom, she didn't want to live that far south in the end anyway, so and actually it looks hotter than Indonesia. I think it was, but not really, maybe, but I don't know. I think I measured it though, and I already realized every environment was different. It wasn't just the temperature though. Anyway, well, I don't know what was wrong, but I know we took the bus. So I don't know. I remember taking the bus at night, but I know we went out during the day. And then I went to preschool and stuff. My grandma came. I don't know about being dropped off at daycare. I guess I would still get enough food and stuff. I don't know. Well, anyway, about what people ate. Actually, you shouldn't drop kids off at daycare probably that young, but anyway, oh yeah, I said that would be good for playing with other kids without parents there or whatever. And then, because when the parents are there, they either watch you or they actually there. So, what else do people eat that I don't eat? So I don't know if hamburgers are new. I think most people have them on a grill. So that's like, but when they have hamburgers on a grill, they're not as big as like the ones in the restaurants like that we had. What else would they eat? They don't eat hot dogs as often, I guess. But they started later. If their younger kids were hungry, they popped it in the microwave. And, I know people had cereal a lot in the morning, which, I mean, I never had much grains like them, probably. So that's a problem. I did have cereal. I didn't like it anyway. I ate it, but they're addicted to cereal. I don't know, maybe not as much in Florida. In Florida, I had orange juice a lot, and of course, I wouldn't just have orange juice was my choice. But it's probably better than other stuff. I couldn't have milk because my parents thought I was lactose intolerant for being Asian, but they didn't say that. I guess my mom just chooses not to have milk. You know, she's probably able to drink it when she's little. I like milk. I learned to like it, even though it's not sweet or anything. I'm not addicted to soy milk or the new almond milk or whatever they have, Silk. So what else do people eat that I don't eat? Well, lots of stuff. And there's creative stuff from the Great Depression and stuff. I don't like that. I think everyone thought I never want that to happen. Well, can't always get a job now, so I guess it's gonna happen. Oh yeah, well there's Spanish people. And the poor people who are just normal Americans, usually not Spanish. They're usually having a good time. Like most African Americans who are poor, you'll see they'll just be sitting there and talking about how great life is. But if you're poor and you're just a normal American, like you've seen the homeless men, like I don't know what it feels like, not good, but they all feel, and like the kids, they feel sorry for themselves. The younger ones make their way and say their moms made them homeless. They have friends, like maybe the fatter ones, I guess, and they prefer not to even live in a shelter because they have friends and their tents and their sleeping bags, and police don't kick them off, I guess, then, because there's nowhere to go. And the shelters are full. So, yeah, even the good shelters. And they can't put you in jail, I guess, because it's so bad. Like the mental hospitals. So, yeah, poor, normal Americans, they usually get skinny and attractive or feel more European if they look disabled. And, you know, and if they see a police, they'll just flirt with them. Nothing will happen, you know. And I don't know, it has to, oh yeah, that has to do with the Great Depression. And oh yeah, the other funny thing was my race. So no one knows that I'm Chinese anymore because my hair is not straight, my nose isn't as short, and they can't really tell now unless they know me. Because it's not like they can tell the lines in my face. Unless they look and see I'm overweight. I don't know what that was. I think that was when I was older mostly. I think they did that when I was younger, I imagine, but they usually couldn't always tell when I was younger. But it was usually after I told them, I think. Of course, I asked them. So it's too bad anyone knows my race because it would always shock somebody. And I know they don't know in the right way, so I'm not Asian here. Because I don't look Asian. And if I tell them I am, they just get jealous because they know it was even harder. Obviously, they're worse off. So I think, I'm not really sure what else to say. You know, they had probably their own kind of macaroni. I had macaroni, tuna fish. I didn't have coleslaw unless I went to my grandma's house. So, oh, my aunt's. When I visited, I had a ham or turkey sandwich on white bread and like barbecue chips for lunch. And their suppers resembled my grandma's suppers. They weren't quite the same. You know, and they probably something normal for breakfast or told me to pick something. Yeah, they seem to think I'm cool like them, but like I don't say it like them. I don't know anyone my age like that. And it's even worse. It's kind of better with Ashley around because it sets an example. Anyway, I'm glad it's not just Gregory because he's not related to me, but that would be really boring. And he said I was boring. He didn't say that, but he just said Ashley was more interesting or something once in the end, but I don't even remember what it was now. Maybe he didn't even say it, but it wouldn't be fun without Ashley or something, maybe. Maybe that was it. But anyway, who cares? So I don't know about other people. My friend Margaret, I know her mom made the frozen egg rolls at home for a snack. She had good parents. She's just a mix of two parents, so that's the only issue probably. They ate out after her mom's concert, singing in the choir, classical music. I don't know, it wasn't very expressive, but it was definitely good technique wise. And I got to go to some of them. It was fun because her mom was in it too. I got to see a few orchestra performances, but then my mom stopped taking me and it really pissed me off because she knew I liked art. So if I wasn't seeing a classical orchestra, I'd be at home doing nothing. And I'm not the kind of person who says it's not cool. Let's see, I didn't get to watch ballets. I was supposed to do ballet. Oh yeah, I regret not doing gymnastics now. And since there's no ballet, the baton. But when I didn't do gymnastics, it didn't make me want to do baton. Because the reason I didn't do baton was because I was so uptight. Why not do something else? But then I did nothing. But it wasn't the strict regiment schedule, at least. It would have been nice, but I did want to do gymnastics. My parents are always like that. And they could get in trouble. Like, if I want to do something and I don't say I want to do it, when they just ask me casually when I'm doing something else or in another room or whatever, I have to shout. I say no. If I ask to do it again a little bit later or maybe a year later or something, I won't be able to do it, and they'll make an excuse like they use the money for something else. But then maybe they didn't, and I can't do it anyway. So the thing is, when I left Florida, they were excited for me to take voice, but I didn't want to quit piano. That's funny. And then I wanted to do dance, and then my mom didn't want me to quit piano for a little while, like I said, so I could get in shape. I was going to do it again. Who wouldn't do it again? And so the reason I didn't do voice, I wanted to do it later, but then they didn't have money. At least I got to do martial arts and tennis again. I did tennis again. I started martial arts like my younger brother. So if I had my way, I would have found some way to do ballet after I did started gymnastics. And it wasn't too late. And then I would have done violin and orchestra and piano. And I would do modern dance on the side. And so if I had to limit it though, like I already tried to teach myself piano anyway. And then I had to quit art lessons, which kind of sucked. because it wasn't good. Because I started painting too late. And I didn't get to draw as much as I wanted. I guess I don't know what I would do. I've been thinking about that though. So sometimes I found that there was no way to exercise because I wasn't allowed to skate by myself. So I don't know, the gymnastics was fun. I can't say I get that much exercise out of ballet. But I did do gymnastics first and then ballet. And eventually you would be able to play violin by yourself. So gymnastics is probably more important than doing just ballet. So I guess that's what I would do. And I did do choir, that was free, so I sing anyway, so yeah. Obviously I couldn't afford voice lessons ever, so baton was free at school. Not everybody has that. I would have taken the modern dance, but I didn't want to take the Spanish folk dance because I probably missed the gymnastics and baton they had, and there was no ballet, so pretty much. Anyway, so yeah, I talked to you about the food for kids. I don't know everything, but that's what I know for now.